shortened by his serious injury, but he's worked hard in the offseason and come back better. And you're right. Like right now, he's playing really well. Unfortunately, missing 2 free throws on that opportunity, but still great penetration to get to the line.
Leading scorer for the Stingers is Davion Warren. He's got 5 in the opening quarter. Nick Ward with 5 to lead the Bandits. McEwen, that 3 goes. Aaron Rooms into the game for the first time here tonight for Jordan Baker.
Interesting thing, that's the first points by McEwen, but neither he nor Copeland scored in the first quarter.
2 of their leading scorers. Copeland does lead them. 20.8 a game, 5th best in the league. Clark, 3, a little strong. It's tipped out of bounds. It will remain Edmonton basketball, and that's Kobe McEwen down on the floor.
Went down hard. Hope he's
very
okay.
hard. He's skied to try to get a hand on that ball, and Tajay Moore will check back in for McEwen. Hornsby, a bit of a slightly extra breather there. Come back in as Rooms will sit down.
McEwen comes off the court a little dazed, but hopefully I'm sure he'll be okay and back in the game.
Ball deflected away by Jonkic.
It will be Kyle Julius doing what Kyle Julius does. Works the officials. I love Kyle.
There was a reference to the Oilers. I didn't quite catch it. But the Stingers catching fire here early in this second. Miller with the triple. Moore, nice pass into Karnik. And that's going to be a charge as Brody Clark has drawn 2 now in the opening quarter, or the opening half, I should say.
This is an interesting call because while the Euro step was being attempted by Karnik, Brody held his position and Karnik still initiated the contact to get the charge. Excellent defense by Clark, not to lean, which is what a lot of defensive players do when they're in that situation.
Miller with notice on him. Screen from Clark. Miller for 3 goes back-to-back threes.
Where does that confidence come from? You know, you just got to love this kid. He comes out like we were talking about before, and he makes us look like geniuses.
Just like we planned it. Cool as a cucumber. 28-16. The Stingers up on the Bandits. 8:20 to go here in the second quarter. We're going to pause. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on Game Plus TF.
I did, and he's really trying to ramp up his players, just saying, one of you can make a difference. One of you can get us back into this game. It only takes one player.
Kyle Julius was an outstanding Division I player, outstanding overseas coaching career as well. Settling back in full-time with the Bandits right now. And if you know one thing about a Kyle Julius coach team, they're going to be tough. Coach sets the tone, and Kyle Julius is going to make you scratch and claw and fight for the whole 40 minutes. This game is just getting underway.
Davion Warren picks up the foul. Nick Ward at the line. Cal Tire, proud partner and tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands and have peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. Nick Ward's got 7 points now to lead Vancouver. Evans back in the game for Jordan Baker. Here's Warren. Little fadeaway, Davion Warren, and another example, I think, of why you want to get those touches, get the ball in his hands. He seems to be a player, the more you get it to him, like a lot of shooters, the better he gets.
But he's a scorer who shoots really well. And speaking of shooting really well, McEwen's starting to heat up as he hits his second 3.
Leads Vancouver in three-point shooting. It's over 35%. Both he and Copeland over 35% from long range so far this year. Warren, little runner, doesn't go. Rebound into the hands of Karnik. Moore corner to McEwen, guarded there by Hornsby, nearly deflected away by Warren. Moore finds McEwen again in the corner, and that three goes, and the Bandits
now we're starting to see what this Bandits team's all about. Moore, who leads the team in assists and rebounds, was perfect. He had two opportunities to shoot the three, but he was looking for the hot hand, which he got to McEwen to hit his third three.
Tajay Moore, fourth in the league in assists, 6.7 a game. And in their game, their most recent victory against the Calgary Surge, Calgary held top through about a quarter and a half, and then they just could no longer defend what Vancouver can do. And it's this combination of their great shooting ability, but those same guards can they're so quick, put the ball on the floor, they're going to beat just about anyone to the rim as well.
Well, absolutely. Now, Evans put a great effort in trying to make a steal, but when he missed it, that gave Moore the advantage. He broke the defense down and kicked it out to McEwen for his next three-pointer. Now they're starting to feel like they're getting their chemistry back, they're getting their rhythm back. Jordan Baker called a wise timeout there to try to stop this push that the Vancouver Bandits have made.
We've talked about the depth of the Stingers and their ability to score from different spots and different players. What about defensively? Is it better when you've got, again, you can go deep into your bench, guys are fresh, or do you like having the more consistent one-on-one matchups that you might see over the course of a game if guys are playing bigger minutes?
It's going to be interesting to see how this works tonight because, to your point, it depends on the game and it depends on the matchups. Like, ideally, you have depth and fresh legs, but it depends on who can make stops and who matches up the best with the opponent. So the Stingers have had a little bit of a letdown, but it's also due to the fact that the Vancouver Bandits are playing much better and with more confidence.
Good job on McEwen to cut off that cut from Evans. 7 on the shot clock. Hornsby gets that three off quickly. No rebounding presence at all for Edmonton. Ward with the easy board. Now Moore back to Copeland. Kicks it out. McEwen, extra pass. Moore for three goes, and they are smoking right now from long range.
Moore played in the NBA this last year. He played 4 games for the Blazers and didn't go scoreless. He averaged 4 a game in 10 minutes per game. He can play.
There's a big bucket from Warren over Karnik, who defended that pretty well.
We're really going to, I really believe the Stingers tonight are going to have to rely on Warren and Evans because you're going to get more and more of that from Tajon Moore. So
4 straight threes for the Bandits. And they only trailed by 3. Warren. Little step back. Now that is a tough play to defend.
Crafty. That slowing down as you attack.
Clark with the rebound on the Moore miss. Hornsby inside. Back to Clark. And they're going to get
good Brody on the
wrap as he just hooked.
Good call.
Nick Ward trying to go around that big body. There you see Nick Ward, veteran of the CEBL, last year with the Bandits as well, led the league in field goal percentage. Played under Tom Izzo at Michigan State. Only behind some guy named Magic Johnson in freshman points.
He wasn't bad.
Yeah, he was okay too. Great steal by Vancouver, right back into the hands of Edmonton. Warren. A bit of a flat three as Moore recovered. Clark has his shot blocked. Miller fakes it. Evans for 3. That one a little strong and over the backboard. Moore will come up with it. Zips it up the floor to Karnik. Evans was there defensively. Now Karnik spins, won't go off the front iron, but then he'll grab the board and puts it home and foul. I think this one's going to go on Hornsby.
The energy we saw in the first quarter that the Stingers displayed is now right in front of us in the way the Vancouver Bandits are playing. It's an impressive stretch. Stingers still have the lead. but they're being tested right now, and now we're going to see how the substitution pattern by the Stingers changes as we go forward. We talk about depth, but to your point earlier, Doug, it's going to be about defensive matchups now, seeing these guards go off like they have been for Vancouver, rather.
And it's 46% from the three-point line here in this opening half. Stingers second in the league in defensive three-point percentage. Miller with Diego Mafia has checked into the game for the first time. A little bit of an overhandle there by Miller.
That's what the Stingers cannot fall into, is overhandling the basketball. That means the wings are going to have to make better cuts, though, and get open.
Both these teams force a ton of turnovers, 1 and 2 in the league, as Moore knew as soon as that one left his hands that it was ended up in the second row. He tried to find that man, Diego Mafia, back-to-back scoring leader in U Sports, playing with the UVic Vikes. Here's Kricky. Jonkic on him. Kricky works against Jonkic, off the window and in. Ben Kricky not to be denied on that drive.
Not to be denied, and you know what? I just think I saw Ben Kricky talk a little trash. I've never seen that before. But regardless of whether he did or not, outstanding move. There you see the maturity of somebody that's played high-level Division I basketball in a system that allows him to create like this.
Just mentioned 4 years at Valparaiso, 1 at Iowa. All Big Ten honorable mention this past season in his 1 season with the Hawkeyes. McEwen, good to see him back in the game after coming out a few minutes ago. Nice strip there. I think Warren got a hand on it to Hornsby. Hornsby up the middle, throws it away. Good play by Mafia to keep that one alive. And now Karnik leads the break for Vancouver. He loses it though. Back and forth we go. Some unforced turnovers from both of these teams. Warren loses balance coming through the lane. See if this one goes on McEwen. No, it's going to go on Moore. That's going to be his 4th. So Tajay Moore will pick his 3rd foul. I stand corrected.
That's big.
That is big. So
that's big. That puts Kyle Julius in a difficult situation because they're making a great push right now, although Ben Kricky's move and now the attack by Warren has somewhat staved off the push by the Bandits. But I think at some point in the very, very near future, we're going to see more go out of the game.
Warren at the free throw line for Edmonton. 83% free throw shooter. The Stingers leading scorer put up 30 points in the win, their last win on that 3-game road trip in Montreal. Now Adika Peter McNeely will come in for the aforementioned Davian Warren. Moore with the ball remains in the game for Kyle Julius. Guarded by Peter McNeely. Now Ward picked up by Kricky.
Well defended by Ben Kricky. Big Ten against Big Ten.
Mike Nuga.
Nice move by Nuga, though. I'm glad to see him get to the rim.
Spins it around the rim, but would not fall. McEwen answers back with a 3. But then on the break, Kricky and Nick Ward will pick up the foul. So the 3 by McEwen, and then quickly, you see how fast Ben Kricky ran the floor. Edmonton finds him.
Good for the Stingers. Always reward your post when he runs the court. Always. Always get him the ball. When a guy sprints down like Ben, basket to basket, give him the ball. Great job by Kricky. Great pass.
Just the first foul on Nick Ward. Kricky at the line. Sure happy back playing in his hometown. Hasn't done that since his...
I don't think he's as happy as we are that he is playing in his hometown.
Moore, tough pass to Mafia. But Diego Mafia does not miss from that spot or any spot very often. 26 points a game for the Vikes.
Great youth sports shooter.
Peter McNeely, 3 doesn't go. Kachinas deflects it to Cricky. He'll pause for a second. Finds Nuga open for 3 himself. Short rebound by McEwen. McEwen thought about the 3 from the Flair logo. And I think this one's going to go on Evans as McEwen goes to the rim. Coming up at the half, we'll take a look at the most recent power rankings from episode 2 of CEBL Weekly. Sarah will interview Bandits head coach Kyle Julius. We'll break down the stats from the first half, and we'll also revisit Paul's key player matchup, and Sarah will have a chat with Davian Warren of the Edmonton Stingers. McEwen at the free throw line, 87% free throw shooter. Kobe McEwen split time between Utah State and Marquette.
2 very good programs. He's a solid all-around basketball player, and he's got a very quick release on his three-point shot.
Past season spent it in Poland with Gielwice in the Polish league. 14 points a game. Kachinas finds Cricky. Looks to Nuga. Nuga, a little turnaround as he went baseline. Looked to kick it out, but then realized he had no one coming to him. Good read by Mike Nuga.
Good read by Mike Nuga, and his teammate Cricky was looking for him.
Doing again for 3 off front iron. Rebound Peter McNeely. He'll lead it. He gets fouled by Kobe McEwen from behind, and Vancouver's got to be careful. Almost every reaction after a foul is what you saw there from Kobe McEwen, and
they're in the basketball game, Doug, like you're pointing out. Like, why go there? Why not? They're trying, they're fighting, they're battling, but they're overreacting. Totally agree with you.
And we talked about this during the game on Sunday. That standard has been pretty consistent. The hand checks, the mid-court hand checks, they don't let them go a whole lot anymore either way. But you're right. I mean, Vancouver's battled back into this ball game after being down early. You don't want to pick up that extra foul, the technical, especially with Tajay Moore with 3 fouls himself right now.
Yeah, I was wrong. I thought Kyle Julius was going to pull Tajay, but they kept him in. He's too valuable, and he's done a good job of staying away from getting his 4th foul.
He's got Peter McNeely. It's the free throws. Minute 15 to go here in the opening half. 46-40, the Stingers up on the Bandits. Nick Ward on a nice feed from Tajay Moore right down Main Street. Nuga guarded by Copeland. Now to Richmond. Kachinas. Tough look trying to find Richmond. It's that blind pass from the wing. You know your teammate's there, but the angle's a tough one to know exactly where to put it.
And sometimes you have to know who you're passing to. Nothing against Richmond, but he's a small guard in the middle of the paint at a tough angle, like you point out. Better just not to make the pass.
Mafia steps inside. Peter McNeely, little runner short. Grabs the rebound, though, and gets it out to Copeland. Moore, corner 3 will go. Tajay Moore. And Nuga. Again, nobody stops the ball. Nuga just says, I'm just going to keep going.
Going to keep going. Took the lane, and that gives the Stingers a 2-for-1 opportunity now.
Copeland can look to tie. The Bandits down by 3, but they'll go back to Ward, and he's going to have a chance to tie. that matchup that we talked about, Nick Ward starting to pay those dividends for Vancouver, and they're just running him on that little roll down the lane, and that's just about impossible to stop when he gets that momentum going to the rim.
100%, and he has a soft touch for a big guy going to the rim. Brody was upset with his teammates on that play because nobody came to help him. The early success came from other players coming to alter his shot.
And we are tied. Timeout coming for Jordan Baker and the Stingers. It has been largely from the three-point line that the Bandits have worked their way back into this game, shooting 52%, 10 of 19 right now. Again, against a Stingers team second best in the league in defensive field three-point percentage at 32%. They're only given up per game.
But they haven't played the Bandits yet with the kind of shooters that they have. And now that they've found their comfort zone, and the Stingers have been, I think, half a step slower on defense, not quite picking up far enough out in order to push them off the line, force them to dribble penetrate. I think that's why you're seeing the Vancouver Bandits now gaining their confidence.
Interesting, if you look on the flip side, the Bandits, they're sixth in the league. You'd think with the kind of shooters they have, they'd be higher up that ranking, but they're sixth in three-point shooting, 33%.
Statistics and analytics,
yep.
they're only bad snapshots, faded Polaroids, because they don't tell the story of what a team's capable of. This kind of team is capable of getting hot. And when you look at the quick releases of Moore, of McEwen, you really have to do an outstanding job of running them off the line to get them out of their rhythm.
Stingers, though, I mean, we talked about the Bandits shooting. The Stingers shooting the ball well here in this opening half, too. 48% from the field, 42% from the three-point line, but it has been
two good teams.
Two good teams, and just maybe not the way we thought we'd get to a tie nearing halftime with the Stingers having the big early lead, but here we are. But Edmonton will have last shot here in this opening half, and a chance to take a lead into the break. Richmond on the floor with Tajay Moore guarding him. Hatchiness nearly throws it away to Richmond. Now Nuga. Time winding down. 4-3. Hatchiness will get it off, and it goes. Douglas Hatchiness did that at the end of the third quarter on Sunday.
He's a gamer. He never stopped moving in that sequence, and when he saw the trouble that Nuga was in, he just broke out front and took the shot fearlessly, knocked it down to put the Stingers up by 3 at half.
Probably not the possession Jordan Baker drew up as time was ticking away. And no one was looking at the rim at that point, but Kachnis, calm as ever, turns around and knocks it down. We're going to go now. Sarah has got Stingers leading scorer, Davian Warren.
Davian, thank you so much. Your team undefeated so far in the season. What's working right now for the Stingers?
Just the camaraderie, staying together, and just playing as a team. We don't know who to rely on, just rely on each other. So,
a buzzer beater there to end the second quarter. But again, the Stingers came out strong, and then the Bandits back in to tie things up actually just before the end of the quarter. What do you need to change heading into the third?
we're giving them too many open looks. Just limiting them to one shot for us to get out in transition and execute our own stuff.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Davian. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Doug, Paul.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah and Davian. And that has gone out to a really hot start. And then Vancouver, that incredibly quick offensive ability they have, push back and put us here where we are right now with a 3-point Edmonton lead.
Fast starts are always interesting, Doug, because oftentimes you start out real quickly, then you take a step back, and that allows the other team to pick their energy up, which is exactly what the Vancouver Bandits did. We started to see why their statistics and their scoring is so off the charts between their three guards. Plus, Nick Ward became more and more effective the less and less he was upset with the officials. And so we saw, like you said, tale of two quarters. The strength of the Stingers in the first, the strength of the Bandits in the second. Now in the third, it's going to be interesting to see where the coaches make their adjustments and how the teams respond to each other.
Let's look at some of the numbers here. And then Elijah Miller, again, another spark for Edmonton. He's got 8 points in the opening half, but it was really that man, Kobe McEwen, Zach Copeland, and Tajay Moore that got rolling for Vancouver. And right now, 37 of the 48 points split between McEwen, Moore, and Nick Ward, who's got 12. Right now, Copeland has yet to score. And for Edmonton, pretty balanced scoring, which is what we expect from, led by Davian Warren's 14.
In some respects, it's what you hope for, that a player like Warren would take control and be your leader, create shots, make plays.
Back inside the Edmonton Expo Center, Stingers up by 3 on the Bandits. Let's go down to Sarah with Bandits head coach Kyle Julius.
Coach, we have you here. Your team just had a great comeback in the third. Can you talk about what changed from the first to the second?
We were just so flat. I don't know if it's the road trip, the travel. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to take anything away from Edmonton. I thought they had a really good start, but we were just really flat in that first quarter. I think started to wake up a bit in the second.
I understand that you wanted to build a team this year that could get gritty, and I think the word was get nasty. Are you seeing that from your team tonight?
No, not really. I mean, nasty to us, it means to be relentless, to work really hard, to, commit to our process. It's hard to do, so that's nasty, With that being said, no, like I said, I thought we were kind of soft, and I thought we were kind of just flat to start the game, so hopefully we can build off that second quarter and get better.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Coach. Appreciate that. Back to you, Doug, Paul.
Great, thanks, Sarah and Coach Julius. And Paul, let's take a look back at your key matchup of the game. Also brought to you by Bet Victor, the official sports book of the CEBL.
Well, if you look at the double B and matching up against Nick, it's 13 points. 13 points to 12 for Nick Ward. 5 rebounds each and 1 assist for Ward. None yet for Ben or Brody. So I think it's exactly like we talked about. They've negated each other so far. I think Brody started out hot, and Ben Cricky came in and did a really nice job in the second quarter in particular. So still remains a key matchup, but there are many more out here with the firepower that the Bandits have at the guard position. Stingers are really going to have to work hard at running the Bandit guards off the three-point line.
Some other numbers from the opening half, pretty even. Turnovers 7 apiece. Again, these teams both force a ton of turnovers. The Stingers lead the league 19 forced a game. Vancouver's second, 15 and a half. But even there, rebounds pretty even, 22-18 in favor of Edmonton. Offensive glass, 7-6 in favor of Edmonton. Now we'll take a look at the standings and the so far this season on the path to the playoffs presented by Lotto Max. We'll look ahead to who might be representing